Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I do have cinnamon in my coffee today. Ooh, that's good. I had a good sip. Let me have another sip. All right. This chart should terrify you. This chart should terrify you. Federal government current expenditures, interest payments. Look at this, how it went up like this. So basically, our government is, I'm assuming that this spike up is us sending money to Ukraine for some unknown reason, and just blowing. It's almost like these officials have just said, all right, screw it. Let's just bankrupt the country and see how fast we can do it. So that's why it's no coincidence that the Digital Asset Investor has as a sponsor Glint, because I buy Glint in my Glint account. I buy physical gold. I buy in my Glint account so that I have a debit and MasterCard and I can spend my gold if I need it for spending power. The link to that's in the very top of the description. Check it out. My other sponsor, Link2, look where they are. Watch this. Link2, private investing made simple on the NASDAQ. I haven't been to New York City in a long time. I need to go. I lost my will to go when I watched what went on there during COVID and all that. But now I think it's safe to go back up there. Now check this out. According to CoinDesk, Gary Gensler just stated that he believes the SEC has jurisdiction to make rules concerning custody of all of investors' assets, not just their funds or securities. Now, folks, write it down. What this is about, Gary Gensler knows that the whole world is about to be tokenized with digital assets. So he's trying to see if he can just, he reminds me of one of those whale sharks that just opens their mouth and all the plankton go in their mouth. That's what he's doing, because he knows that when the world is tokenized and all of those assets, that's why he did that thing about qualified custodians the other day. It's only going to be his buddies and qualified custodians, and they're going to get all of the assets. And Gary wants to be the guy who can say that he got all of that under the jurisdiction of the SEC. That way they'll give him the treasury job. I love this right here. Mr. Intuitive, who is the official cool guy of the Digital Asset Investor channel, says, Dear Brad Garlinghouse, come to XRP Las Vegas 2023, hosted by Digital Perspectives, adult talk on the future of fintech. He says, credit Cowboy Crypto. So he's got everybody there in the pool. There's David Schwartz right there. Maybe he'll come too. Brad Garlinghouse would be the master of ceremonies. And then you got Stuart Alderati down there. Look, there's John Deaton and Jeremy Hogan. I see all kinds of familiar faces. There's Eleanor Terrett. That's random. What's her? I can't remember her name. Judy Shelton. That'd be funny if she came. But anyway, it's going to be fun, and I love this kind of stuff because this is in the right spirit right here. Who knows? Maybe Brad Garlinghouse will come. And then XRP, the Standard Productions, who is Parity, says, I'm so happy to be one of the speakers at the XRP Community event in Vegas this year, alongside my good friends Eleanor Terrett and John Deaton. And there is XRP, the Standard Productions, right there. I don't know if he's coming or not, but I hope he does come. He's a trip. Okay, this is something that was going around today that I was reminded of. On November 4th, 2022, James Phelan said this. He said, I'm sticking to my prediction that District Judge Torres will decide both the expert motions and the summary judgment motions at the same time on or before March 31st, 2023. Well, we are at March 2nd. Is that correct? Yes. Today's March 2nd, folks. So like I've been saying, any minute now, any day now, any week now, it's going to happen. Victims of, we covered this yesterday, the victims of the 850,000 Bitcoin hack from Mt. Gox will well, they might massive sell wall the BTC price to 10,000. So they're acting like there's a potential that all this Bitcoin from Mt. Gox could be dumped and it would crash the price down. Interesting thing to be watching. And then Grayscale has this, mark your calendars, our day in court's March 7th. It's inside Bitcoin's $7 billion sunken treasure. The world's largest Bitcoin fund is about to have its day in court. At stake in the fight, a $7.2 billion profit sitting in the fund like sunken treasure if only anyone could get to it. On paper, GBTC is the best deal in Bitcoin you can buy. You can find. The fund's share price trades at 47% discount. In other words, they're wanting to convert this thing to an what is it, to an ETF, and I think they had to sue. I think the basic gist of it is that they had to sue. Did they sue the SEC? I think they did. They had to sue to get this thing to turn it. There's a hitch, though. The Securities Exchange has repeatedly denied the fund company applications for ETFs that want to own Bitcoin directly rather than through futures. In June, the SEC rejected their bid to convert it, prompting Grayscale to sue the agency to reverse the decision. So they want their sunken treasure. All right, let me see where I am. Then there's this, folks. I keep seeing Michael Saylor and his Bitcoin promo videos, and look, sometimes you just have to, that woman that the guys from Bankless interviewed, she's in this clip that I put together. But one of the things that she said the other day is that I think she said that she had been told, or she just knows, that many of the major people in crypto, many of the major pundits and all, are actually in communication with the three-letter agencies. I'm not saying he is, but it wouldn't surprise me if he is, because what he's saying and doing makes zero sense against the backdrop of what the video we've uncovered and what we know. So this is the video I put together, and at the end of this video, ask yourself, does it make any sense that this guy keeps on toting this narrative? No.
January 3rd, 2009 is the singularity. That's the point at which Satoshi Nakamoto developed the technology to transfer value through space without a trusted third party.
So one of our agents who started looking at another online marketplace through the deep web, which was called Black Market Reloaded, they were sending weapons through packages and ordering them on the dark web. And he was really, really smart, forward-leaning agent. And he goes, I want to go interview Satoshi Nakamoto.
Most people don't realize this, but Satoshi opened a portal from the physical realm into the digital realm, and energy began to flow into cyberspace.
That's just freaking crazy. Why is anybody listening? That is crazy what he just said. It's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and it doesn't make any sense that these people are pushing this thing when they supposedly don't know who created it. It's bunk.
He said, yeah, I want to go interview this guy. And at the time, we're like, hey, it's a figment of somebody's imagination. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's not true. So, we had all this pushback from our headquarters. And we thought, hey, if an agent...
Why did Homeland Security have pushback from their headquarters to go meet with the Satoshis?
Go talk to him and we have some money. Why don't we send him? Let's find out how this works.
If you want a roadmap for how you create a commodity, you have to do it the way Satoshi did it. You create a protocol, you give it to the world, you disclaim beneficial ownership of it, you disclaim control of it, and you disappear. That's what Satoshi did.
And they sat down and met with them and talked to them to find out how this actually works and what...
So he didn't disappear. Homeland Security met with him.
Reason for it was.
If you want a crypto asset to be a commodity, you can't rely upon 4 engineers.
So as it came to be, the agents flew out to California and they realized that he wasn't alone in creating this. There were 3 other people.
They either absolutely know who your leader is or they don't. And if they don't, then the organization is considered a non-state actor to them. And if they do, then they have a lot more power than you think. And that would be that creates a vulnerability within the organization that should be considered.
Should be considered. In other words, we just proved that they do know who Satoshi is. So that gives them a power. That's why I don't understand why Michael Saylor and all these people and Max Cutter are pushing this. They've seen this video. Make no mistake, they've seen the Homeland Security video. Knowing that, why aren't they at that one? I mean, it even had a name of the Homeland Security agent. Why wouldn't they be out there demanding to know? Because they either already know or they don't want to know, because it implodes their whole thing.
Find cryptocurrency, this world, extraordinarily interesting because more will be revealed.
More will be revealed. I remember hearing her say that and say, you know what, she knows something. Now, you know how John Deaton's been saying that we won't get any regulatory clarity before 2025? Well, this guy's an attorney too, and he says, I agree. There is 0% chance Congress will pass crypto legislation that gets signed by Biden. The courts are the key for them now. Crypto community needs to unite in support of actual fighters in the arena like John Deaton, Caitlin Long, and others. Now, this intrigued me because Elon Musk tweeted this out. Master Plan 3, Sustainable Energy for All of Earth. Detailed white paper with calculations and assumptions to be released by Tesla shortly. Now, against the backdrop of everything we know about XRP versus proof of work and all that, and against the backdrop of all the videos I've done where I draw a line to the PayPal Mafia and XRP and Stellar, and against the backdrop of Ripple having talked about the sustainability of the XRP ledger versus other blockchains, all of that makes me very intrigued. I wonder what Master Plan 4 is. If Master Plan 3 is this, maybe Master Plan 4 is an intergalactic global digital global reserve currency. And then there's this. This is Rosie Rios. I'm going to play a little bit of it for you.
Directs and coordinated action across agencies to mitigate illicit financing, promote safe and affordable financial services, and explore, yes, a U.S. central bank digital currency. Now, you may know that over 80% of developed countries right now are looking at a central bank digital currency. It will happen, and it will happen in the U.S., but is absolutely going to take some time. As you know, things don't happen very, very quickly, especially when it comes to the central bank. Now, they are taking this very, very seriously. The U.S. currency is a world reserve currency, so it is important for them to get this right. But I guess my point to that would be I wouldn't hold your breath anytime soon. It is going to take a considerable amount of time because it is a world reserve currency. It's accepted everywhere before the Federal Reserve actually decides to back a central bank digital currency. It absolutely will take some time. So over the past year, the agencies across the government have worked together to develop frameworks and policy recommendations that advance the 6 priorities identified in that executive order. The Financial Stability Oversight Council, which the Secretary of the Treasury chairs, published a report just this last October that examined the potential financial stability implications of crypto asset activities. As you know, crypto has been in the news time and time again, and I just want to share that I am on the board of Ripple. Ripple is XRP. And so when people ask me the question, why did you join the board of Ripple? I joined the board of Ripple because XRP serves a purpose. It's a function that facilitates cross-border payments. It's not some store of value, kind of arbitrary value that is not pegged to anything. This is actually what legitimate financial institutions use specifically for cross-border payments. So instead of days and dollars, it's seconds and cents. And that is the future, in my opinion. And again, this is a function. So this utility piece, when it comes to crypto, is very, very important. Again, there's no doubt in my mind that digital assets are becoming mainstream. Absolutely no doubt.
All right, that's a good clip. Here's another clip. This is Tony from Thinking Crypto with Hester Peirce. And Hester Peirce, I believe this is the clip, she directly contradicts Gary Gensler when he said, oh, we've got the form on our website. You can just go there and register. All these exchanges can register.
News came out, Jesse Powell of Kraken, he kind of tweeted out something that contradicted Chair Gensler about, saying all I had to do was come on the website and fill out a form. And I know Chair Gensler has said these things on TV, and but folks in the industry are saying it's not that easy. It's not very clear on registering and coming in and filling out whatever form. So, I don't know if you can speak to this, but what's going on here? There seems to be confusion. One side saying one thing and the other side saying another thing.
So this has been a source of great frustration for me. I mean, obviously, when you're registering a securities offering, it's not the same as signing up for a class online or something like that. There's information that you have to provide, but we should have a process for thinking about what it actually would look like if someone were trying to register one of these products or services. And we shouldn't undersell, or we shouldn't underestimate the effort that would go into that. And it does really require a regulator who is willing to work with the industry and with people who would use these products and services to figure out a productive path forward. It's not just pressing a button or filling out a form on the website. It's a little bit more involved than that.
I've got some Hester, if you're listening, if you want to be a rock star instead of just this same old, if you want to be a rock star and have people start cheering for you, next time you're asked something like this, just come out and tell the truth and say, look, you know it, I know it, the world knows it. This guy's an a-hole. He's a liar. He's not working. He doesn't give a rip about protecting investors. He's trying to protect his friends on Wall Street. And we need to get him out of here. And yeah, I'll take the job if you guys can figure out how to get him out of here, because he's not doing anything good for this country. Say that, Hester. Say that, and you will be held up on people's shoulders, because that's the truth, and the people are sick of this clown. Now, news Kraken, Coinbase say that they are willing to fight the SEC on the token listings. Well, that's great. Well, then relist XRP, both of you. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family to tell Hester Peirce, come out with gunslinging, guns blazing next time, and tell it like it really is. And the people will love you for it, because they are sick of what's going on in this country.